So just to be clear, the one in the middle is supposed to be red, the others are supposed to be green.
This is
Okay,
green.
are we good? We're good.
All right, let's call this Sustainability Board monthly meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody, and could we just go around and introduce each other? I'll start. My name is Corey Thompson. I'm co-chair of this committee. Yeah.
Steve Smith, interested resident.
Hope Smith, concerned citizen.
I'm Annika. I'm not a resident, and I'm a researcher, and I'm interested in community solar and also other solar and energy efforts that Red Lodge is doing. So I'm around, like, studying around the state, but Red Lodge is one of my focus sites.
Wonderful. Great.
Thank you.
Are you going to school somewhere, did you say?
I am a PhD student at the University of Colorado Boulder, actually, but I'm based in Montana at the moment.
Okay. Perfect for you.
Beautiful. I'm Ann Rude. I'm going off the board and just wanted to come and make sure the transition was smooth and so that's good.
Yes.
Jeremy Battles, newly coming onto the board as my council representative. Depending on your bylaws, I think you can still be a part of the board, but
Well,
you can, anyway, so,
curiosity.
hello.
As long as there's no quorum, we're good. I think we're good. So,
Mary Dale Gunn, Sustainability Board Member.
Julie Hancock, board member.
Dave Tech.
and,
Deb Moose, Board Member.
hey, great. Let's see. We need a secretary volunteer for February.
That should be me.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and I apologize for sending out the minutes at the last minute. Yesterday I went, oh, I said, that's me.
Well, that's good. They're fresh in our mind then.
Good.
That works out.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
Midnight.
So hopefully everybody got the minutes and they were okay.
I'm sure they were.
Anything? Can I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
No, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, they were pretty short, but
They were short.
it was like Northwest Energy Grant, no report.
Well, you know, we spent most of our time on the tourism grant.
Yeah.
And I didn't go into a lengthy review of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was lively and that's all. I think that's all I said. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. Public comment on agenda items.
Do you
Public?
have extra agenda?
Yeah.
Here, Jeff.
Nope.
Yeah, oh, crud.
Yep.
Well,
Popular
we can
meeting.
look on me, or we can get some more.
I can also pull it up on my phone if
Oh,
someone
yeah, I
wants one.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Update on Roman theater productions and recycling.
Any public comments on any agenda items?
Probably suits the agenda.
Well, it's,
At the end, is it?
yeah, at the end, we'll just throw it open. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
If that's okay.
Mhm.
I think that's how it works. Okay.
I think you can do it however you want.
That's right.
Okay, so we're gonna hold off on our public comments till later on. So, we had none here, so let's keep going. Old business. Well, update on Roman Theater Productions and recycling PSAs. As kind of a recap for everybody, we've been in contact with the Roman Theater Productions. They're willing to do a number of little, PSAs, public service announcements. I think they're planning on doing 6 or 7 of them. And, I think in the last minute, we talked about which, potential PSAs were, kind of a tour or an overview of the Red Lodge Recycling Center, the importance of cleansing and rinsing all recyclables to prevent contamination, how to sort recyclables at home, what should not be recycled, plastic recycling do's and don'ts, composting at home options, and Q&A, how long do plastic, paper, glass items last in the environment. So these were suggestions that we had. I've been in contact with, they're ready to go. The Roman Theater
Oh.
players are ready to go.
Okay.
So, the hangup has been, Skylar, I don't know his last name. He's at, the Community Foundation, but he's the videographer.
Right.
And so, we had to go through and make sure there was a budget for him
Right.
to do his videography, which includes editing. He thinks it'll probably take, approximately 2 days to do. Hopefully it'll not take any more than that. His nonprofit rate, even though I didn't tell him we were a nonprofit, is $250 a day, so he's asking for $500. This has been, I checked with Lonnie, this was approved, it can come out of the, recycling budget. I'm just waiting for a final approval.
Okay.
Oh, I just got a text from, Mike Maples. I need to review recycling budget thoroughly before, oh, brother. I need to review recycling budget thoroughly before okaying that. I believe we're already 75 spent for the year with 4 months left to go. Blah, 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 blah. Right now, I would say that recycling doesn't have the budget. Well,
Oh.
huh.
Was that, did you guys reach out to the Roman, like,
They're
first, or
doing
did
it.
they
They're
reach out
doing
to us, or?
No, we reached out to them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they're doing everything just got it, just because
That's
they like to do that kind of stuff.
But they don't do videos,
Sure.
so we needed to hire
Yeah.
someone.
Did a
Yep.
good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
So,
$500.
well, that's a bummer. So, let's see, maybe, and what they were gonna do is, according to Skylar, is they were gonna do these 6 or 7 little vignettes, and they were going to put them all together and then show them as a 2.5-minute thing, before movies at the theater.
Mhm.
And hopefully put it on, a QR code or something on the city's website, all right? But it sounds like that is, we need to think about,
Mhm.
where to get $500, okay? So, I don't have any great ideas right now. You know,
I have great
actually,
ideas, but we can't lose our mow.
what?
We can't lose our mow with this.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So, worst case scenario, you know, an idiot like me could take my phone
Mm-hmm.
and just
Yeah.
video, and just record them,
And I could too.
and put them together.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
a very slick production, but,
Do we
The
know
foundation
anybody
might
that
have some ideas too,
does a good
Yeah.
job?
think so?
potentially.
Okay.
There's various interested parties who would be appreciative of those kinds of things, and they might be like, $500, sure.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't unreasonable. I personally have done videos with the school and with foundations. Foundations more and more are asking for grants. They're asking you to do a video,
Mhm.
but they'll tell you it should only be a minute long, for instance.
Mhm.
And if you go over a minute, they'll, you know, if you don't follow the rules, they'll throw the application
Disqualified or
out the
whatever.
window. Just automatically, they'll go through and say, nope, 1 minute and 1 second, nope. So the hard part is distilling, and getting it down to the point where it's, and 2.5 minutes is good. No more than that, you know, really, because our attention spans literally are
Kaput.
1 minute maybe. You know, think about it. How many
2.5
do you
minutes is quite a
sit-
long time, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it is a captive audience, but.
True.
And there's a bunch of little, there's a bunch of, it's not the same thing, it's a bunch of different,
So I
It will
think
be
they've got,
different
and I think
scenarios.
500, I mean, it took me 110 hours to do a 3-minute film,
Mm.
so I think this is a good price.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
it
I
is
think it
too.
is fair.
Yeah.
okay,
Oh.
I'm sure it's gotten easier and easier.
Hope has a great idea.
Jay West, if anybody has a connection with Jay, he does this sort of thing also. He does all the,
Yeah,
he does
he's
the
kind
tech.
of old school though, too. I don't know how new he is up on, I mean, it literally can be done on your phone. I don't know whether he does things on his phone very much.
I just know he does all the tech for the dance recitals and the music festival
Oh.
and things like that.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
community church.
yeah.
Yeah.
We would want it to look decent on a big screen, though.
Yeah, we want,
It's okay to be a little campy.
Do.
Small town, but
You do, you want
Yeah.
it to really
Yeah.
look nice.
You don't want to see my thumb.
exactly.
Or
Good
your,
point.
your shadow, yeah.
Yeah.
is there a small group of, or maybe this is a project that, the 5 of us could tackle, but I'm thinking that, we could work, outside our regular monthly meeting and come up with some ideas and reach out to, like Jay West.
Mhm.
There's also a videographer. Who is that guy, Dave, at the Bear Committee meeting? Who's the videographer?
Yeah.
Maybe he's a
Hmm.
nature videographer, I think, but, you know, I can't remember who that is either.
Yeah, it's in the minutes, but I don't have it readily accessible.
Okay.
Or I wonder,
Or just a place for us to find. Let's start out with finding $500 for Skylar.
or I wonder if we could scrape together $250, do part of this year, part next year. I mean, see what's really in the budget, if it's really down to zero. Did it sound like he said there isn't any, or he's still looking?
He said no.
Okay.
He said no.
Okay.
I just texted him, I thought he was gonna
Oh.
be here tonight, and he just said, right now I would say that recycling doesn't have the budget. So,
Yeah, somewhere else.
and I think maybe we could work with the Roman Theater Players, they might have some ideas,
Yeah.
for whatever, for funding. I mean, I'd be glad to work with a small group and figure this out. I'd like to start out with $500 for Skylar and figure
Yeah,
out
that would be nice.
where to find $500.
I agree.
So, anybody else want to work with me
Jerry's
on that?
idea about approaching the community foundation is a great start.
They might at least point us somewhere.
Okay. Anybody else want to work with me on this?
I'll
please?
work with you, Cory.
Okay. Lauren and Julie, we will come back with,
And I'll work with you too.
thank you, Deb. We'll, come back hopefully in March with
$500.
$500, okay?
In one.
What I will do is I will reach out to Becky Larson, she's been my contact with the Roman Theater Players, and I will reach out to Skylar and say, it's on hold, but don't despair.
Should we tell them it's on hold? I mean, we have faith that we can find $500. I don't want to put a break on this if it's going forward.
I'm hesitant to have them commit to this and set it up and then not being able to find the money.
Well,
I'm just nervous about that. But maybe the foundation would have an idea. I wonder if, I mean, I volunteer at Kids Corner. I mean, it's not really a kid thing, but recycling is kind of a kid thing. I could reach out at Kids Corner and see if, you know, we could get, somewhat of a grant.
Yeah.
I know they give grants for, teachers and, daycare areas.
What about the Green Team? Do you think they have any money?
I don't know if that's what they do, is
I
the
don't-
research.
I doubt it.
So, I doubt it.
Doubt it.
I doubt it.
That'd be-
pint night.
There we go.
That's a lot of beer.
Yeah, it is. 500 beers.
Boy, we'd have to pack the house. Okay, I'll reach out to, Skylar and, Becky,
I don't think we should put the brakes on it yet.
okay.
I just think we need to have a little faith that something might come up. Because I don't wanna lose the mo, as I said, I keep
Yeah, they wanna
repeating
do
that,
it.
but if they're ready to go, I hate, they might not get going again.
Or if we talk to Skylar, if we can get even if we get them filmed, not even edited, and then we keep searching for,
Well, that-
if we
that's
do
true,
it
too.
stages
Get-
or
Get it
something, I don't
filmed,
know.
that's the main
Yeah.
thing, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we could ask the Roman Theater Productions to film with their cameras. And if we get the raw footage, too much footage is worse than not enough, by the
But-
way.
They said they don't do that, that's why we're checking with Skylar.
They don't have anybody that
No,
can do that?
they don't do
We could
video.
send it to Skylar, who could then edit it.
Yeah,
I don't think they do
Maybe
any
for less.
video, isn't that what Becky
I
said?
don't think so.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That's why we needed to find a videographer, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, we'll
we're
talk to
not putting this,
videographers and-
we're just,
yeah.
Right,
we're just,
Trying to find
plus,
money.
plus the Roman Theater Players have a production this weekend coming up
And next weekend.
and next weekend, so they are occupied,
Yeah.
With stuff.
okay. But, Julie and Deb and I will meet and we'll try and figure this out, okay?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, if you do find out when they're filming, I'd love to be there. That'd be
Fun to watch.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
They're
We
fun.
should do that.
You could say,
I don't
cut!
want to be in that.
You'd be great.
They're fun people.
You could be a cardboard box.
You could be the greasy pizza box.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on, please. So we're just moving through that. Republic Service contract progress. How we doing? Probably Dave is the person to ask about that.
I know they met this week, I have not heard, I guess last week, I have not heard, that's where he was when we were at our bear meeting.
Okay, so we have, we don't know yet.
Talking, huh?
So we're still working on the contract that expired when?
July, I want to say.
Okay.
Did it really?
Yeah, we have a temporary in place. The big thing is we have a lot of, we had proposed, a lot of performance clauses with financial things if they don't respond and react, so. They were going to submit that, and then at the last minute, they did not, so we wrote the first draft.
Okay, in progress. Thank you. We'll just keep it on the old agenda. Bear Committee news. I'm not sure why I put this in there. Bear Committee news, I guess I can just give an update. We do have, 2 grants that, have been awarded, one to the Yellowstone Wildlife, Sanctuary for education, bear education, mostly for bear education. And then, another smaller, and that was for $30,000. That's a big grant. The other one was a smaller grant. It was for, $6,700. And, $1,200 of that is going to be for, bear stickers, which are going to, which are designed by Headwater Studio here in town. And, they'll have a QR code in them, on them, and they will link to, the city's bear site. And the Green Team has volunteered to, do a massive field trip and put, these, stickers on all the bear cans.
Oh,
Wow.
that's great. That was the question I was gonna have.
Yeah, yeah, so they're all set to do that. It
Mhm.
probably will be other people, kids other than the Green Team, maybe the football team, maybe the volleyball team, who knows? It doesn't matter. But they're gonna do that, and,
The,
the city's cans,
So they're gonna come around neighborhoods then?
yes.
In the morning that,
Right, so it's gonna be a little tricky. It's easier downtown because everybody's can is out in the alley all the time. It's a little trickier, like up in the golf course, where the HOAs say that they have to move their can inside and then bring them out on garbage day. So we'll have to
Yeah.
find out when is garbage day
Yeah.
around then, but,
right.
well, it's Monday.
up,
Yeah.
the whole golf course?
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
And Monday too, so.
Okay, well, maybe that'll,
We don't bring our can out until the morning of.
okay, good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's good to know, thank you. And so, I said I would be glad to help, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but, it's a little trickier than just slapping the sticker on. You do have to, according to Paul Atsu at Headwaters, you have to kind of, rub the area with a little rubbing alcohol,
Right.
let it dry, and then put the sticker. But it should be just fine, should be really well. So anyway,
What do the stickers say?
I will show you, if I can find one really quickly. Anyway, so, everything else.
And that'll take us to the videos, right?
Yes, the QR code, that will take us to the video of, how to open a bear can.
How to open a beer can.
Mhm.
Just that or recycling?
Who's making that video?
Not recycling.
It's
it
already
has nothing-
made.
That
Well,
was-
actually-
Maybe we can get $500.
I know, they've got the big, who's making that video?
It's done.
What?
The-
It's done. That was done by the green team last
How to open a
summer.
beer can,
Mm-hmm.
beer proof, yeah.
Mhm.
But we could put the
And they
videos
did
on there,
themselves, yeah.
saying QR code, go to, you know,
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea for the recycling, okay? I don't know how that works with, the QR code to the bear. Would there have to be a separate QR code to recycling?
Well, if you wanted
That's
if you
tricky.
wanted it to go to a separate spot, you could put a link to recycling on the Bear page, which would be kind of an indirect, but
Mhm.
what I'm hearing her almost saying is, it'd be nice is if there was a QR code that just said recycle and then had a QR code or something too.
yeah. Don't want to have too many things to look at.
Yeah, well, anyway,
The most important thing is gotta put your garbage in the can and secure it.
well, but as soon as I find the sticker, I apologize.
That's okay.
If we get going on something, maybe I can
Okay.
have more chance
All
to
right.
talk about this. Okay, solar data, collection field trip, we've kind of put this off. And this is, you guys, this is not that tough.
Well, and he said that he would, Mike said that he would, give us the, app that the city uses for all of the solar, that connects to the solar project. So if we could get that from him, I think then we can walk around and gather the data. We're trying to determine how much solar is being used by the city, what percentage of the energy of the city's solar.
There's one that says, protect yourself, protect the bears.
Protecting people and bears, but yeah, I think this is the older draft.
I think that's the older draft, and I've got that one too, so.
It looks kind of like it.
The city doesn't
Then
automatically
have the QR.
have that data.
What are we collecting under solar?
Yeah, I was curious what I saw it on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
I wanted a more kind of detailed explanation of
We
what it was.
would like to know, how much solar is being used on public buildings. For example, we have solar on the recycling center. How much is being used in 1 year? We're collecting that data.
pool.
I went over to the pool and took a picture of the data. It's just handwritten, and it's just from 1 year to the next year, how many kilowatt hours are being used. And so we just want to make sure that especially the council knows that they made such good decisions in putting solar on public buildings, city buildings, because it's been a money saver.
And following on to that,
Yep.
a while back, I was collecting all the city's electrical data.
And who are you, please?
Oh,
Jeff Wise.
Okay?
oh,
And
Hey, Jeff.
I did it for a 2-year period
Okay.
for all places that, in the city
Mhm.
that have electrical meters. I made a spreadsheet out of that ending July of last summer. And, so I'm interested in this because I won't get into why particularly, but I think we need more solar in this town and to offset the costs of whatever the city's using, if not more than that. And that's especially important if all of a sudden we're gonna be paying for lighting at this new ice rink, if that comes about.
Right.
And refrigeration, potentially.
And
the
freezing all
refrigeration,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
yeah, right, and hopefully they would be interested in solar. So what we're trying to determine is, a former member of the Sustainability Board wrote several grants to Northwestern Energy to get solar put on city buildings. And we're trying to follow the electricity through the city. What percentage is it? How much of, say, the pool is being covered by
How
the
much is
solar?
offset by the solar?
And then what's
panel?
happening in the winter when the pool isn't being used? Is that going somewhere else? Is that just being lost?
One would hope that it's being credited to the city.
To the
still.
city?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's what
Yeah.
happens, but we want
Absolutely.
to start
And I was
following
on
it.
the verge of contacting, I had already contacted Northwest Energy,
Mhm.
Northwestern or whatever it's called. And then the whole thing with the current administration came in and cutting all kinds of grants and
Yeah.
this and that and the other, and it was like,
Cool.
all right, well, I thought about picking the ball back up and going to Northwestern Energy with my ideas about that and understanding what they could do in the sense of a community scale installation, not just building by building, but community scale, because there's different levels of this. And I talked to Henry Dykema and got a little bit of information from him. It was all just kind of piecemeal, but I think the sooner we act, when we have the ability to get grants, matching grants, the better. I don't know where things are at now with this current administration, other than just hearing, we're cutting this, we're cutting that, and there's nothing out there. Federally, anyway.
Well, the grants the city received before were Northwest Energy,
Yeah, okay.
from
I think we
Northwest
have it
Energy.
in-
They
We had
have
to-
annual
I think
cycle
we did that.
of grants.
Okay, good.
We had to match
So-
What are those grants generally, 50,000?
You know what, we have been we've written grants, Northwest Energy has been a very good partner
All
with
right.
the
Mhm.
city.
So I just dropped the ball at the wrong point.
No,
No,
not at all.
no.
Not at all.
Well, let me just say, we have an opening on the Sustainability Board.
Yes.
So, if you would like to apply, to join us, that would be lovely. We
Should I be
meet once
working
a
on my
month.
house instead?
This is community
We
involvement.
just meet
One
once
day
a
a
month,
month.
once a month.
I'm kidding.
But
Just FYI.
it sounds like you have a lot of information that could help
Yeah.
us too.
Well,
Just
at
how
the
you
very least,
organize that.
spreadsheet,
Yeah, just, that would be
for 2 years'
interesting.
worth of electrical use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, anyway, it would just be, here, I'll just show you real quick. This is the pool data. And I just went over there and took a picture of it. We can do better, as Jeremy said. It doesn't
You
have
can
to
just
be such
read
a,
it each month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scratch.
Yeah, or you can read it each
I
day.
don't understand, so they're,
We use
Yeah.
16,000.
I'm surprised it
Like-
isn't logged electronically and
Yeah, yeah.
dumped into a spreadsheet or
So
something.
every year,
Yeah,
same time,
not yet.
every year.
we used, or that's how much was used through solar? Or-
Yes, through solar.
Generated.
That
Through
was
solar.
solar
Mm-hmm,
load.
yeah. So,
But,
and,
right now, the pool is closed, the panels are still there.
that's right.
As you said, is the city,
Presumably it's tied to the
Credited.
grid. I would assume.
Exactly, so
Yeah,
it's
they should
benefiting
be-
somebody
they
in the
should
Right.
city.
be
I'm
getting
sure
something
some city
back.
does.
I'm sure they wire it.
System,
Exactly.
you should be getting credit. of some sort.
exactly.
Exactly.
Don't be sure though, because the first time they wired
But do we lose it in April?
the solar panels at the sewer pond, they did them backwards, so it made it look like.
They were using
the
electricity.
opposite of-
Well, that always happens at first, and then
And
it
those, that
catches up.
data, that spreadsheet, I was putting that together when Mike Maples was out there working with those guys to get it reversed and corrected.
Oh, good,
So
yeah.
supposedly, the billing was gonna change somewhat because of that.
Good.
So back to what we were trying to do is, what we would like to do is take a little field trip
Yeah.
and go around to
See
all of our city
I
buildings.
know where they
And
all
we
are.
have a lot of city buildings. We have the recycling center, we have, well, anyway.
The
I have to
library, right?
Name them all.
Right.
The library, and we have, Public Works, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and start tracking what, how this is benefiting the city, okay? So, I guess we haven't done that, and this picture I took is it's just in the pool, and it's just on the electrical box. It's just kind of hanging right, it's just duct taped on the electrical box.
Who's recording those notes?
Yeah, just do it.
What?
Who wrote that
Who's
down?
making the notes?
Who wrote that down? Yeah, I wonder.
That was Alan. And I
Oh,
did
okay.
this with Alan the last 2 years, okay?
Oh, he was reading the meter and then writing it down.
Yeah, he was
Okay,
reading me.
got
and
it.
I-
Okay,
got it.
Mhm.
so not
So,
official.
and I would certainly need someone a lot more knowledgeable than I to interpret, this data.
All
Well,
I did was I
Dan-
collected what was on the bills and put it in a spreadsheet, so you can see how much per kilowatt hour was being spent.
Could we,
You should
Yeah,
be
I
able,
got it right
Listen to
here
that.
if you want me to send it to you.
could you,
Yeah.
could you
Yeah.
send it
That'd
to
be
all of us? That would be awesome.
I need all your emails.
or just to you.
Yeah,
and
I'll
then
give
we'll
them at the end.
Okay, yes,
Just
we'll,
send it
we'll
to you.
connect at the end. Okay. Okay, sounds good. And I'll send it out and then I'll have your email.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So I think we need to check with Mike, because I think at one of the meetings, he said through the app, we can get those readings on our phone.
I
through the
really
app.
hope so, because
Yeah, so I believe we just need to talk to Mike and get the app. And then we can look at all the buildings from there and,
So we don't
We
have to
don't-
go out and visit them.
right,
Okay.
I mean, if we do, we do, but I don't
Oh, I
think we
missed
have.
that part.
And then
So
you
it's
can look
just an
each
app.
day and see
You
what
visit
was
them
made
just
that
for-
day and what was used that day, and so
the tourism aspect.
once we get the numbers, we can figure that out.
Okay, we're gonna put that, on our next, agenda.
I'm gonna send it to you, because I just, through inside channels here, I just got your email.
Good.
Perfect, thank you.
That's good. She can send it to us.
And I'll just send it out, okay? That's awesome, thank you very much, really appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna, move on to Powell Valley Recycling for Glass. This is something that Mike Maples has been, negotiating with Powell. They do recycle for glass there. It would be less expensive, than shipping it off to wherever it's going now.
And they want it.
And they want it, but it's just a matter of, I think
Getting it there.
I think it's getting us there. So, but I think that is in progress, so I'm gonna keep it on the agenda, okay?
Great.
Okay.
Sounds smart.
Tourism grant at city parks, we did have a lively discussion about that last month. And we know that is, it has now been, maybe the Parks Board
Yeah.
can talk about this. Mary Jo,
What
can
is
you
it
talk
now?
about that?
There's a new site being proposed up, on Airport Road. So.
For the ice rink you're talking about.
What,
For the ice rink you're
for
talking
the
about.
ice rink, yes.
Okay.
And so I think, Red Lodge Ice is going to be, investigating that. It's 16 acres, city land. There would be, water and power available from the surrounding developments. And, Nick Gaddy, from Beartooth Trails said that there's a possibility of a donation of some property to put a trail up from, around Lions Park up to,
Oh, that'd be nice.
the other site that they're looking at. So nothing's been decided. It's still being looked at.
So
Correct me
nothing-
if I'm wrong, but I thought, what I read was the Parks Board,
I heard
gave
that too.
approval for, the Red Lodge Ice to, do a feasibility study at the two premier sites.
Yeah,
One in, Lions Park and one up on,
yeah.
corner of 78 and, Airport Road.
Yeah, and it's in the separate, Greg O'Neill donated the land for the walk,
Well,
and it would
he's
come from a top
talking
and
about
end
it.
at
That'd be great.
nutting and eighth.
That'd be
in
really
there,
nice.
and you could come on into town.
I don't think the Parks Board made a recommendation. Ann, do you remember?
No, it was just informational.
Yeah.
Just
um,
information.
He was
that
excited, he
mm,
just heard, he wanted to tell us.
Yeah.
So nothing has moved forward
Well,
officially?
they're looking at another location.
Is this a feasibility study, or they're just talking?
They have the money to, from the
They have the
tourism
money, okay.
grant to move ahead with
With the
pursuing
studies, okay.
a different location.
Yeah.
That would be, it's already, degraded, I would say, if you want to put it that way. There would probably be parking available. 16 acres is a lot, and,
I think it's 5 acres.
There's five.
oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
16.
No, it's 5 acres.
5, yeah, oh, okay.
Still, plenty of room.
Plenty of room.
Yes, plenty of room. Okay, so that is, in progress, I would say.
So it's still research stage.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else under old business that we can think of? Anybody? All right, let's move on to new business. Sadly, Joy
Yeah,
Goodwin
yeah.
resigned. She's busy. I know she is.
She is.
But, fortunately, she was kind enough to put together this McKinsey report. And so that's great. But, we do have, one, if not a couple openings. So if you know of anybody who is interested in serving on this committee, this board, that would be great. They have to make an application to the mayor. We have to open
We're
them
gonna
up.
advertise it first.
Okay, we have to advertise it first.
Yeah.
Will you do that, please?
You can still ask around, though.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Oh,
let
yeah.
people know, Jeff Wise.
You can still
let
ask around,
people
though.
know.
Oh, yeah, in fact, it is beneficial, because what we've had before is we've opened up positions and didn't have people respond.
Right.
Gravity's on.
How many openings? Are there 2?
No, I think it's just one, but I need to check, and she was actually, this February was when her term expired anyway, so her resigning was well timed.
I think we can have, I think we can have 6.
I think it's 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
That-
And so we could, there could be another
Yeah,
position
easily.
open, yeah.
Because I know there was another woman who was at the Oaks meeting that said, oh, how do you get on the board? How do you get on the sustainability
Well,
board?
didn't you get her name?
I did. Yeah, we were sitting at the same table, I can't remember her name. Anyway,
Okay. Well, maybe she'll come forward.
you know her.
Which, was she on our side or on the other side?
Well, everybody that went over to,
Yeah, but there was two sides to the table.
yeah, oh, I see what
There's
you're saying.
Becky Van Horn sitting next to me.
That might have been her. Yep, that was her.
The gal next to
Van
that was
Horn,
Becky
Becky
Van
Van
Horn.
Horn.
Okay,
You know her?
yes.
Oh.
Mhm. All right, well, let's move on. Dave is going to advertise, an opening on the sustainability board.
We actually have-
Videographer's budget is the next thing, so we already talked about that. We're not gonna talk about that anymore.
I have, there is actually 3 positions that are expired this month. So Julie Hancock, Alan Best, and Joy Goodwin. All expired this month.
They can re-up.
Huh.
So, yeah, they'll re-up, and generally what happens if somebody re-ups, I coordinate with the chair, and it's a general rule, unless somebody's been there 40 years and we're trying to do a change, we tend to reward people that are proven and there. So, I suspect Alan is probably not re-upping,
No, he is not.
Probably not.
so that's a position.
And Joyce is open.
Enjoys it.
Enjoy.
Joyce, and then Julie,
If I
We
was-
hope she stays.
where's Julie?
Right here.
Yeah. Are you interested in staying on?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, see how it works. Okay, so I see 2
years.
positions will be advertised.
I was thinking
Okay.
it was, okay.
Thank you, Julie. That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Okay,
Put 'em
the
in
last
awkward.
thing I have on the agenda is the McKinsey report, and new sustainability board goals. Gosh, we've been putting this off, you guys, for quite a while. And so this was, oh, brother, help me out, you guys. This was, put together, the board, hired, the council hired at the sustainability board's, urging, agreed to hire a company called McKinstry, and they came in and did a, energy audit of all city buildings, here in Red Lodge, and it was in 2021.
Mhm. Or
Maybe
before
it
even
says
that.
on here.
Maybe even
No,
before.
it was later than that.
2022, 23, maybe that's a 3.
Yeah, 20.
Anyway, so, as it turns out, they presented this, report to the council. They said, if they would like to be further hired, they would come in and prioritize, energy, projects, and they would, take care of them and make sure they got done. And, the board at that point decided that they would not want to do that because they figured, they could do it themselves. We could do it ourselves. I mean, get projects going, okay? So, this is what is left of the McKinstry report. We have done a lot of stuff, you guys.
Yeah.
We've done a ton of stuff. And, I wish Mike was here, Mike Maples was here. He would be able to, do you guys have this? Do you have this?
So the main goal was to help the city buildings be more energy efficient, so we're spending less money on electricity, so we could spend that money in other places, right?
And then the council voted not to continue with them because didn't they, they would find the grants and take their money from the grants, but it wasn't clear, and there was $15,000, it was gonna cost some money.
They would take the money from the energy saved, okay?
Right.
So the city would not get the energy savings, that's how, the
Got it,
McKinstry
got it,
group
okay.
would be paid.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you can see what's left here, we've got, and it's just
Tiny writing.
stuff.
Oh, programmable thermostat.
So we do have some things that are in progress, and these were all taken from the, Energy Conservation Plan, as I recall, most of them.
Well, the Chamber of Commerce, might some of that be taken care of with this tourism grant?
Might be done with the tourism grant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a good
The
point.
chamber building is old,
Very old.
historic,
Mhm.
and so it needs a lot.
Yeah. We should check. I don't know exactly what the tourism grant is doing for the chamber. Does anybody know that? Just bathroom?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the
Just bathroom?
handicap. Well, they're doing a
Okay.
feasibility study, but yeah, it's
the
primarily
money's for-
to
okay.
provide handicap
Not
access,
for windows or, okay.
for
Well,
bathrooms.
I
But, you
have
know.
worked in the chamber, and it's been a few years, but it's an old building that, their furnace is, it's down in this creepy basement, which is just kind of a crawl space, and it's incredibly inefficient. The windows are very inefficient.
Mhm.
It really is, I mean, it is a historic building.
Mhm.
Is this a historic building?
It's not, part of the district,
register or
but
whatever.
it is
Oh.
an historic building. I mean.
We're not talking about Jeremiah Johnson. Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, it was not the idea to replace the building itself. It's in a great location, right on the roundabout and stuff,
Yeah.
but it just, we might want to take a look at, putting some effort into helping out the chamber.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking. Okay, and then if you keep on going down, more Chamber of Commerce, I don't think, the city owns that building. And so, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the city probably hasn't put much effort into, upgrades. Am I right?
Well, by the looks of it, it needs a lot of.
It needs a lot. It needs a lot. We even talked about, putting solar on the chamber, but they use such a small amount of power that, I think the payback would be,
Well, unless I switch from gas to,
Right,
pumps or
electric.
something.
yeah.
Heat pumps, yeah.
So, anyway, is there anything else here that, you see that,
Well, I would
We
say
control our
that this
energy
is a much shorter list than we started with. And so quite a few things have been accomplished.
Yeah.
yeah, here's the original.
Public
list.
Works has done,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
Public Works has done a great job.
Oh, they've done a
They've
super
done a great
job.
job.
Really, really put, energy efficient stuff right
Yeah.
at their forefront, so, yeah, thank you very much.
Well, I think our main, project at this point is the, Roman Theater PSAs, to, try to get more awareness of recycling and what you can recycle. I have learned so much since I moved here. I used to wish cycle quite a bit, I'll just put it in there and if it can't be recycled, they'll figure it out, right? Well, I've learned a lot about what can be recycled and I think we do a great job here, in Red Lodge, with our recycling. And, I think, trying to educate a broader segment of our community and visitors, this way is good. And with the QR code, if we, start putting that around town a little bit more, I think that's a good project for the moment.
Well, as far as visitors, that's an issue because if they're not here on Wednesday or Saturday,
Well, if they're
No.
at the theater, they'll maybe see the
Right.
PSAs, or, if the QR codes are around town and people scan them.
probably getting
Um,
Airbnbs and those kind of places on board.
Right, we need to get more information there,
Yeah.
for sure, in the packets that people are given when they are renting a place. That's very true. Mhm. I wondered if maybe some of the short-term rental places should be having, have two dumpsters instead of just one. If you've got 10 people staying there as opposed to 5, you might need 2 dumpsters that can actually close when you put them out on the street. I don't know if
Let's not blame everything on short-term rental.
No,
I think
no.
we've got some citizens in
Yeah,
town that,
I agree.
and I also
Yeah.
think about, our senior population or, our population where they have difficulty, they can't make it to the recycling center.
Right,
Mhm,
down the
mhm.
They
train
just don't
station,
have
Well,
that.
or those days,
I will tell you,
or those days.
my 96-year-old neighbor makes it to the recycling center.
She should be on the PSA.
He.
Yeah.
She should be on the
Yep,
PSA.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I see him there, and he's mobile. I get it when you're saying if someone isn't mobile, how do we help them? Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Yep.
We also could use some more data, I think, from the recycling center, as far as poundage and, how much is being recycled and, how much is going into the landfill. I haven't seen any data in a while, and I think that would help us make some decisions.
Okay.
So,
So for instance, our glass now goes to Missoula,
yeah,
or do we even take it? Our plastic goes to Salt Lake City eventually, right?
I do remember he did that in his annual report. He kind of gave us all the numbers, and I've made a note to make sure we get an update, but.
okay. So you've had an
I think
update.
it's-
Does council
We've
have
had
an
it-
update?
Yeah, it's once a year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of in the time frame of budget, so probably July, August is when we got the last one.
Okay.
I've wondered about cardboard, because that pays, right? That cardboard actually sort of pays. And that's gotta be one of the biggest issues with people putting recyclables in their dumpsters. Cardboard's big and takes up a lot of space.
Mhm.
A cardboard collection in town that could be transported. I know the transport is difficult because they're working on that with the IGA or
Mhm.
whatever right now. But if there's some way to have a cardboard collection place that could then be
I gotta tell
transported.
you, it's been tried.
But you
It
give 'em
was
that.
tried, it was, you know, if nobody's monitoring, we had a big dumpster with Republic, and it was out by the recycling center,
Mm-hmm,
and it was outside the gate,
mm-hmm.
okay? So people could just stop by and drop off their
Whenever.
cardboard. But it didn't work because people would put their garbage in there.
Garbage, yeah.
Or,
Yep.
you know, whatever,
Or they
And-
didn't break it down.
you know, or, yeah, and it just,
Yeah.
Well, to break it down, people can do, but if tourists come through and throw their garbage in on it, it kind of ruins the whole thing.
it ruins the whole thing.
Well, I've seen the, but then I get Wes, it's sort of the open container where you can see it, they're not gonna throw your garbage in if it's really just cardboard in there. But you have to keep it dry too, so, yeah.
Okay, well, let's continue
Well,
this
yeah.
discussion.
I'll look into it.
I would like us to put on the back burner, the chamber, okay?
Oh,
We've
okay.
got budget coming up, if we could, I mean, these are big ticket items, okay? I know they're big ticket items, but this is an area of the city that's been sadly neglected, and I think that, you know, the chamber does so much for the city. And I think we should,
Okay,
I think we should take a look at that.
that's great.
Was one of the 5 things in the tourism grant, didn't one of the 5 have something to do with the chamber?
Yeah, new
Just
restaurant.
bathrooms, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it didn't include windows, but I'd have to, I think there
I
was
don't think
some
it did.
stuff like that in there, but
The Community Foundation website currently says, funding will go towards producing a preliminary architectural
Right.
report to
Yeah.
guide future capital investments.
Yeah,
So perhaps they could be encouraged
Oh.
to do energy
Uh-huh.
conservation type of
Yeah.
things.
once they get that report, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
Good,
with some dollar amounts.
I wonder if it would be worthwhile for us to invite, Sherry from the chamber or something to come in and just,
Yeah.
talk to us
I think
about
that's a great idea.
needs at the chamber and what the grant could be doing and,
Yep, that's a great
okay,
idea.
let's do that.
Great idea.
and if we're, end up talking about replacing the old furnace downstairs, maybe it'd be worth looking at heat pump and solar combination.
Right. I can reach out to Sherry, I know.
Okay, thank you, Cora.
Yeah, and see if she'll come to the next meeting. And at least explain what aspect of the tourism grant is the chamber is thinking about. So
Right.
we don't step on toes,
Mm-hmm.
but just kind of complement whatever they're already doing.
And Sherry is on the steering committee in addition to being
Right.
the chamber.
Right.
director.
Right, for the tourism
The
grant.
tourism grant.
Right. Okay, great. I wanted to leave a little bit of time. We always quit right at 5. This is not much time, because nobody likes a
Well,
meeting that goes over
3
over
minutes.
over an hour.
They get to talk for 3 minutes.
But, is there any comment that anybody wants to say about? Whoa, no, yes.
And Jeff alluded to this also, we did it without even coordinating with one another. Regardless of where the ice skate rink, development changes take place, I would like to see encouragement from the Sustainability Board that they do use solar power. And I understand initially that that will increase the cost of it, and I understand it's going to be an expensive project anyway. But especially if they are going to develop it to the extent that they hope to someday, I think it's critical that they start off with solar in the very beginning and save those energy costs. As Jeremy mentioned, the cooling coils, the lighting, all the energy required to run it. So I would like to see, I know you can't tell them what to do, and I know that they are going to get out there, they're already looking out there to see about cost, but maybe just a kind little push. Would you please consider this as an option?
Absolutely, and,
Yeah.
and Northwest Energy is, believe it or not, the city has written a number of grants for, solar power.
Right.
And, you know, reduce lighting in town and, all the city lights and all that kind of stuff, and they have, believe it or not, been quite amenable to, they like Red Lodge.
So, and even if it goes up there, I know that there's concern about workforce housing and all coordinating up there, but then perhaps you could work with the developer who's going to build that workforce housing, and say, would you consider doing solar?
Absolutely.
a community solar sort of plan.
Well, and solar for that would offset during the summer too. You know,
Yeah.
it could power those,
Right.
electric car chargers and,
Right.
you know, and just go into the city's budget in general.
Right.
Yeah.
And one more quick thing, because you were talking so much about recycling. Have you ever considered putting can and plastic bottle recycling bins out with the trash cans? You see that in so many communities, but
We've had that discussion, and particularly the one that jumps out to me, is somebody mentioned it earlier, is cardboard. It's just the additional cost. When we got a bid for it, it more than doubled our trash bill.
Mm.
So it wasn't within the $6 that was allocated specifically for recycling. So right now, it's how do we best use the $6?
so not so much for individuals, because I'm all for going to recycling centers, but like in Pride Park, or, places like.
Well,
where you
what
have-
happens is
You have
people,
somebody pick it up.
no, people put their trash in there
They
and
don't-
then they
But,
contaminate.
they have the special ones where you can't put trash in, because it's just a circular sort of thing. I mean, you have to work to put the trash in there.
We had, I don't know if we had those, that little pull-out that's right across from Altana.
Mhm.
We had, recycling cans there for, at least a couple summers. And it was a disaster.
Okay.
It was
Because of
a
trash.
disaster, because people
Because
would put
people-
all their trash in it.
Mhm.
They'd say, hey, great, we're coming back from our cabin, we'll just put them in here, and
Mhm.
it's
Not
mostly
worried. Out of sight, out
recyclable.
of mind.
Yeah.
So that's why we
And
keep that
then the
green
wind
space.
would come and it blew it all in the, Rock Creek, and then
Mhm.
that would take everybody else off
Okay.
about that. So I think it's I
Yeah,
think it's an admirable
Challenge.
idea.
we tried,
We just don't have a way to.
we tried
figure that out.
recycling at the Christmas stroll
Yep.
and
Right.
it was a
Right.
disaster.
Oh, it was a disaster.
Because,
We tried it at Summerfest.
yeah,
We
people
tried
just
it at
throw their
Summerfest.
trash in too, even though the trash can's sitting there and this says recycle.
It's not trouble,
Yeah, apparently it is.
Sweet.
So, and then when you contaminate it, you
Yeah.
can't recycle it. And so, we have thought about it, and we're not giving up, but, we're just not there yet, I would say.
But keep that in the back of everybody's mind.
Yeah,
If there's any way
exactly.
to educate people,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're blaming the tourists, because it's easy to do.
There's a
But,
lot of residents who live out of town who don't want to pay for garbage, and they bring their garbage into town.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
yep,
Business
yep,
owner, you know that.
yep.
exactly,
Mhm.
and they go up and down the alley and
You-
just find a can and
You
put it in
see
there.
it, you see it up around the airport too.
Yeah.
You know, you go to, it's it's human nature.
I hate doing that.
And at least they're putting it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I think
Yeah.
that's,
Jeff, thank you.
I talked, who's the guy that's down at, the recycling center?
Kyle.
Got
Kyle.
stuff in there?
Kyle.
Kyle, okay, yeah. I've mentioned a few times, about the, plastic film recycling and, number 2 and number 4. So there's certain kinds that are large. And you can take, your plastic film up to places like Lowe's and Home Depot and outfits like Trex that make plastic lumber, or,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's a mix of lumber and wood. They take that and they put that into their product. So I don't know how much value there would be in trying to collect that and trying to get rid of it to the same places that Lowe's and Home Depot and Walmart get rid of their, plastic bags, I don't know if there's any value in that, if it can be done here, if it can be done efficiently. It's just something I thought I'd bring up.
Those are like the food containers that aren't recyclable, even though they say to or something. Is that what
Well,
you mean?
it's plastic film. It's stuff like, your shopping bags, like
Garbage
you get over
bags.
here at IGA,
Oh.
which is number 4.
Oh,
Or number 2, I think, is the stuff
Bags,
that's
okay.
generally clear and more flexible.
okay.
Like they wrap, flats of canned goods or, soda pops or whatever,
Yeah,
that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
okay,
But it's marked 2 and 4.
Okay.
And there's a
wrap.
place that it goes to, and if
Oh.
you get onto the Trex website, and that's where I found out about it, they talked about they have a network where they take all this stuff in and it gets recycled into their product.
Would
Okay,
you do us a big favor and check into that? Would you have any contact, or would you know, could you?
No
Look
more
at-
than just, calling, I suppose, Trex and finding out what their network is, but there are probably other manufacturers that do the same
Right.
thing. Because there's other products out there like that.
Just be a matter of finding a way to collect it here in get it
Right,
somewhere where
and
it could be
then
used.
where does it go? Does it
Yeah.
go to a middleman, or does it go straight to a
Yeah.
manufacturer? I don't know.
Are they really?
So-
Right.
Would you,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what to do, we don't know.
Yeah, I'll look at
Temperature
Would you,
and stuff.
that would be
I gotta
great,
go.
thank you so much.
Madam Chair, you have one person
Hey,
online.
Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Madam Chair, you have one person online. Judy, did you want to comment?
Who's online?
Judy, and I'm not seeing a hand or an unmuted mic, so.
Okay. Hi, Judy. Judy, thank you for being online. Judy, whoever you are, please come back. Okay, if there's not anything else, Annika, did you have anything else you wanted to? Okay. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And, let's adjourn.